Okay people, as you know, I have a small but growing modest collection of Airsoft replicas from the Resident Evil franchise. There's this bad boy, this epic bad boy, this cheeky little bad boy, and of course, the daddy of all bad boys right there. However, I think it's long overdue now for me to unbox and review the bigger brother to this little cheeky one right there. In fact, I'm going to skip a generation and go to version 2. So here we go people, this is it. This is the WeTech Biohazard Barry Burton M92 Custom Gen 2, or if you like, version 2 gas blowback. What makes it version 2? Well, would you look at that muzzle device? And it's full auto. And you just know because it is WeTech, it's gonna be a full metal affair. Yes, that's the one thing WeTech has over Tokyo Marui, is that their pistols are metal. Okay, that's probably the only thing over Tokyo Marui. Anyway, let's get it open. Right, let's see, what do we get? Now, I have to keep saying this, it's a WeTech. So I'm not expecting an instruction manual. I'm not expecting any nice little extras from the Kendo gun shop. But anyway, what you are going to get is a beautifully made metal replica from the Resident Evil franchise. Now, as always, I am not seeing any instruction manuals. No, you're just getting this, basically, a parts list, which isn't in English. What else? Oh, by the way, they have done a nice little touch here though. I've got to admit, look, they've at least done that. B. Burton model. Okay, so what else do we get? We get a very nice extended look mag. And I believe this one takes 26 rounds, and of course, on the base, you have your gas valve. Now, before we get to the pistol itself, you also get an Allen key. Right, so here we go. Yep, that's pretty much it for the box. Ho ho! Would you put your eyeballs on this bad boy? The actual finish on this is sublime. I was expecting, because it's WeTech, to be very shoddy looking, but this looks beautiful, and dare I say it, no, I'm not going to say it yet, because what I want to do first is complete that picture. Woo! Would you look at this? So now I'm going to say it. Look at the imitation wood and how the grip has been finished. Go on, have a closer look. Almost, not quite there, but almost as good as the one you get on the Tokyo Marui. There you go, I've said it. So, I'm guessing you've seen the version 1 version. Again, this is version 2. So the muzzle device at the front is different and it's full auto. So the first thing I want to do is just show you around this beautiful piece. Nice up close and personal montage, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, we've had a brief look at the mag already, but let's have another quick look so we can see all of the features. So right on the front there, where you have the mag follower, you can just pull that all the way down, and because there's a wider opening right there, you can just shove your BBs in from that way, as opposed to using a speed loader and shoving it right there on the feed lips. Either way is fine, but personally, of late, I normally like to do it from there, just to prevent wear and tear. And again, because it's WeTech, it's a full metal mag. I bet you was thinking, yeah, that part's metal, but this part's plastic. Nope, the whole thing is metal. Ha, nice. Now, if you cast your mind back to my first WeTech Samurai Edge of this variety, you will know that people had issues with the actual Stars logo. It looks perfect right there, looks very nice. However, there has been reports that after a while, that starts to rub off. I did give you a little tip on how to protect that, and there are one or two other YouTubers who also have their method in what you can put on that just to preserve it. And trust me, it will be worth it in the end, especially if you're going to treat this as a collector's piece too. So yeah, looking very closely at the imitation wooden grip, yeah, that looks fairly decent, and you've got some nice stippling effect on the panels. The ergonomics of this is very cool. Absolutely loving how it kind of wraps around the metal portion of the pistol. So yes, this here is plastic, but the actual pistol from there and everything else, metal, baby. Shame about the big old seam down there, but hey, it still looks kind of neat. I can't complain. You have your hammer, which has a very nice half cock feature. There's your half cock. There's your full cock. Behave. Now, normally I would just say this is your safety switch, but there's so much more to this. Right now, it's in semi-auto, full auto, and you'd think you can just push it down into safe. Nope. No matter what you do, from this point, it will not move into safe. How to put it in safe is you half cock the hammer like that, and then safe mode. But wait, my hammer is still cocked. Doesn't matter, forget about it. Or you can decock. And now, your sidearm is safe. Unless you see any zombies, then it's playtime, baby. Yes, because this bad boy has a single or double action trigger. So as we move along and move on top, you have your rear sight. And from what I can see there, it appears to be adjustable. And then right here you have your rear slide serrations, which obviously makes it a lot easier to rack that bad boy. And there's your slide lock and release. And then you have your takedown lever, full metal trigger and trigger guard with some serrations at the front. And then you have this lovely Stars RPD special team logo or trades on the slide. Ha, RPD, RPD. And then you have your front serrations. Now, I know in the past I said you can use your front serrations to also rack that slide, but I'm also aware that they are there for your press checks. So basically to see if you have a round in the chamber. No round. And then you get to this very nice looking silvery chrome outer barrel. And yes, basically that's what you get on an M92 or a 92F, you know, those type of pistols. But don't get me started on that epic muzzle device. But what about that Allen key? Well, that takes me nicely to that full metal lower rail. And if you remove that screw right there, you can take off your muzzle device. Awesome. And something I've just noticed as well, you've got some sort of, I don't know if it's serrations or what, but look, you've got those grooves on the top that will prevent glare when looking down your sights. So at this point, let me show you how to adjust your hop up. So naturally, mag out, press the takedown button, swing your takedown lever down, and then your slide should come right off. That looks pretty decent. There's your spring and its guide rod, and as you can see right there, your hop up adjustment wheel. Let's take a quick look at the lower frame. There's your hammer assembly. Now, when you're putting the slide back on, you will probably find you're going to hit a wall right there. Look, it's like it doesn't want to go back. To get around that, all you do is you take it from the front and just lift it slightly, and Bob's your uncle. Right, so let's continue. As we move on to the top, you have your front sight. And again, look at that muzzle device. I'm just loving that it's got the two ports, if you like, right there, and your two tunnels. I know it's not tunnel, but I'm just loving how you got that circle there and then that circle there. The BB will literally come flying through the subway. My mind. Anyway, yeah, and out the front. Nice. Okay, so let's have a look at this side, and as you can see there, loving what it's got on the slide, and might I add, just like on the other side, I'm loving that it's not just printed on. WeTech went that step further, and as you can see, it's literally like it's carved out of the metal slide. So back on this side, it has mod, samurai edge, and I love it when they put this on airsoft pistols and rifles for law enforcement use only. And then here, as I showed you earlier in the takedown process, there's your takedown button. And then here you have your ambidextrous fire selector switch, or if you like, safety switch. So let's get this ready for the chrono test and accuracy test. However, you've got this big old rail system here. Let me just complement this with something very tactical. Come on. There you go. I believe I have 26 rounds in there, but you know, if you pull this down even more, I would suggest you could fit more BBs in there, but I wouldn't push your luck. Nice, 348.9. Damn, this is snappy. Two more. So there you go, it started off really hot. It began to settle down to around 330, but as you can see there, it's getting lower and lower. Let me just try something. I've got a feeling if I fire it again right now, it will start to creep up again. There, what did I tell you? I know what I'm talking about.
Sometimes.
Nice. So let's just say a comfortable 300 to 330 FPS. Now, it's not often I get to say this about a pistol. Let's go full auto. Damn! And as always, okay, full auto on gas pistols, I never seem to get the rounds per second. But that sounded pretty fast, and the kick on this bad boy, decent. And yeah, kind of fluctuated around the 300 FPS, but then ended up on 286.7, which is basically 287. On full auto, nice. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna put 4 downrange on there, 4 on there, 1 there, and if there's any left, which do you know what, actually, I tell you what, let me just empty the mag right now in front of you so you can see that it locks back. Then I'll refill it with gas, or maybe not, but I'll definitely refill it with BBs, and then I'll do the accuracy test. Ha! Bet you didn't know I was going to flip the script. Ha! Nice! So as I was saying, 4 here and 1 there. Let's do it. Okay, so let's have a look at the results. As you can see there, look at that, it's a formation right there, a line. In the grand scheme of things, that is still a pretty decent effort because yes, it's standard out of the box, okay? It's not upgraded or anything. Here's your STARS Full Metal Police Badge. Put it up against that right there. This is Leon's badge, by the way, from Resident Evil. Anyway, well, I think it is. Look, put it there. You can see or appreciate how tight these are, despite the fact I didn't actually hit anywhere near that X. And then when I moved over to this target, things were getting a lot better as I was getting a bit more comfortable with Barry Burton's side piece. Yeah, look. There's the badge again. And I got 2 in that red. And then look here. Look at my effort there. If I was just about, what's that? That's probably less than an inch more to the left. That would have been a perfect bullseye. Oh my gosh. This thing is a beauty. Take that off. But what are my initial thoughts on this bad boy? Well, again, I'm loving the fact that it's a full metal sidearm from the Resident Evil franchise. I'm also loving the fact that it has full auto capabilities, loving the version 2 muzzle device, and all the trades and logos. You know, deep down I really do like WeTech, but I always have a complaint with them, okay? And you know, I always like to be honest. If I know something is not quite right, I'm gonna tell you. Out of the box, this bad boy would not stop leaking. As soon as I filled it up with gas, all I heard was... In fact, let me show you. Can you hear that? But then that was nothing that this couldn't fix. You know, run a couple of mags worth of this bad boy or this gas in your magazine, that will soften up your O-rings and everything will be gravy again, and the leaking stopped. And then I could start using my green gas again. What a pain, but you know what? Put all that aside, I absolutely love this. It looks absolutely awesome. Again, Resident Evil, Barry Burton, the version 2 with the full auto. What is there not to love? Nice. So there you go, people. This is the WeTech Samurai Edge Biohazard Barry Burton M92 Next Gen, the version 2 with full auto. Check the video description for more info, and please do not mistaken this version for the version before. That one looked awesome, but this one I think looks awesomer, if there's any such word. But remember, the version 1 had issues, I hear. It used to just fall apart or explode in your hand, not as in like fire explosion, literally fall apart whilst you're using it on full auto. However, this next gen version, I've not seen or heard of any such reports, so far, so good, but I will keep an eye on this one. Nice one, WeTech. I like it. Especially that updated muzzle device. Ooh, looks tasty.